Hey listeners, it's CJ from the past with a quick update, a little disclaimer for you here at the top. Between when we recorded this episode and when it's releasing right now, the creator of He-Man, Roger Sweet, a man who worked for Mattel, he passed away, unfortunately. And if you are keyed into the He-Man news, you might have already known that and thought it was weird that we didn't mention it, but it hadn't happened yet. And from what we can tell, Mattel, as expected, did not really compensate him an equivalent amount, especially given that they have a big movie franchise and all this other stuff coming out. And we just wanted to acknowledge him first off for what he did here. A lot of times big corporations make it really difficult to know who actually creates things, but our show wouldn't exist without a lot of these actual people, these individuals, these creative types that are creating things and making fun stuff for us to talk about. And we often take a lot of pot shots at stuff when it is kind of milled out by these big corporations, but we are a creator-first network. And if you are listening to our podcast, then you are already supporting a small independent creators. And so we just wanted to shout out Mr. Sweet and thank him for making something that really resonated with a lot of people and let us have a really fun time. We encourage you all to support your small creators when you can, and always look for the people behind a lot of this stuff, because they're the ones who make it happen. So, without further ado, back to the jokes, and I hope you enjoy the episode.
Fellas, what's the manliest thing you've done recently?
That's a great question. My wife sent me a picture of a big spider from her work.
Yes.
And I said, that's not very scary. So that was what
that's it.
That's the best thing I've done.
That's it. That's what it is.
He-Man.
Yes.
That's how we start.
Yes.
Let's just get into it. Let's just get right into it. Welcome to the Lore You Know, a podcast where some friends talk about the fantastical and often convoluted lore of the media that you grew up with and love. And here to talk about the mostly correct facts today about He-Man is me, CJ. I use he, him pronouns.
Oh, nice. Me, Eric, I also use he, him pronouns.
And me, Ethan, and I use they was pronouns because I died.
Because you died.
Because I died.
Oh, okay.
Well, boys, as you know, this time there's no girls allowed. You know, the girls got to have their
finally.
We
Ladies'
confirmed
Day
this
episode.
with the pronouns. Yes,
finally
did, exactly.
day. Finally a day for the boys.
Finally, the white men can talk. We are releasing this right in time for Mother's Day.
I thought you were gonna say right in time for like the movie release, but no.
I mean, we are doing this one because the He-Man movie is getting a live action remake.
Yes,
it looks really good. Like it looks really good.
It looks really awesome.
It looks
They
fun.
got the guy who plays the Joker not doing the Joker voice, which would have pretty much worked.
Wait, what do you mean the guy who played the Joker? What are you talking about?
Jared Leto.
Jared Leto's in that movie?
He's Skeletor, dude.
Look, I'm not going to it anymore.
They were like, hey, Jared Leto, famously guy who will do any dumb shit that we tell him to do.
Yep.
Don't do the Skeletor voice. And he was like,
It's
okay.
crazy.
It's insane. It's like the dumbest decision. Lizzie is not going to be on today, but she did send me with like a single request that we have to do. We have to do our own a demo
voice?
reel for Skeletor. All right, Eric. Welcome to the audition.
Okay.
For the role of Skeletor in our new He-Man movie.
Let me go ahead and say that I've literally never seen a piece of He-Man. The only thing I'm aware of,
that's perfect.
The only thing I'm aware of is the meme of Skeletor saying something and then go running away. Yeah.
All right, give us a Skeletor voice.
I feel like he's He-Man. I feel like he's up here. Ooh,
amazing.
Skeletor.
That's really good. That's very good. That's not actually the Skeletor voice in the show, but that is like
it's not that far off.
That's a good
cool.
Skeletor
It was
voice.
basically my
that would work in the
Skeksis.
movie. I would. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good.
It was my Skeksis.
Ethan,
So.
Ethan, do you have a Skeletor voice?
Yeah, it's a I'm about to change your pronouns to they was He-Man. That's where that joke was supposed to go.
Yeah, we're trying out a new form of joke telling where we do the setup and then we don't ever do the punchline until you forget about it, and then we do the punchline.
It's what Arrested Development did, but they did it way better. So.
Yeah, exactly. That's like half of our jokes.
We're practicing.
Yeah, He-Man, you have foiled me for the last time. Get inside of my tummy. This is from a thing I'm writing. Don't worry about it.
It's Skeletor.
No.
This is already extremely off the rails.
Can we
See, Lizzie's in the
Skeletor?
background just shaking her head.
Could we get Skeletor trending on Blue Sky?
Please do
internet?
not. That's the worst possible thing for this podcast. Like, oh yeah, we're the podcast. We're the Skeletor.
Yeah,
like we got that thing trending.
We're the guys who did Skeletor first. You guys are the Skeletor guys. Yeah, that's
I
us.
actually think that's okay. I mean, I'm fine.
I
don't run this thing.
It's better to live in infamy than to die in no one knowing you.
Infamy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, boys. Let's focus up. Today we're gonna talk about He-Man. We've got some problems right up top, so I'm gonna put them out there for you. Number one, the toys came first. So famously,
That can't be right.
The He-Man series was just a bunch of toys that they had, like, they were just choosing kind of interesting character molds and smashing them together, and they came up with this toy line. They had already realized that if you have, and this is like across the board, you've got like Care Bears, you've got My Little Ponies, you've got, like, they realized a long time ago, if you have a toy line, if you tie it into an animated series, then it gives the kids like a jumping off point of like, this is what these characters are like. This is how I'm like supposed to play with them. And like, you can't have He-Man going on an adventure alone. He needs his trusty sidekick Battle Cat. And of course, if you're going to have He-Man and Battle Cat, you don't have anyone to play off against. So you're going to need a Skeletor. But it's not that interesting if it's just Skeletor, so maybe now I get an evil Lyn, etc.
Yeah, it is just every episode is able to be a commercial for a new toy. It's like, oh, who could help us in this case? Perhaps our good friend Fisto, who will show up this one time, but the toy will be available.
Is there actually a Fisto in this universe?
Oh, Eric, we're gonna talk about quite a lot of colorful cast of characters.
I was gonna say, I feel like
I fisted him as hard as I could, He-Man.
Stop it.
But I couldn't. This is from the comic.
It doesn't matter. I don't like it.
I fisted him hard and I fisted him long, He-Man, but I couldn't fist him enough.
My bum.
You've only made me stronger, He-Man.
I could take a lot more fisting than that, He-Man.
I hate this.
God.
I don't
We're
like
never
this.
Get through this.
No, we
All
won't.
right.
That's okay.
This is good because I gotta say, because of this, everything is a little flimsy, like from the get-go, because they had the toys first and then they needed to sort of back their way into a story. And then every time they kind of redid the story, which happens a few times, they had to retcon a good amount or just like ignore certain things or whatever because it just doesn't super make sense anymore. So originally, He-Man is pretty obviously your standard sort of sword and sorcery barbarian type, which were very popular in the early 80s when this stuff came out. You had like Conan the Barbarian.
I was going to say, when did that come out? Yeah.
It was, I believe that was late 70s. We looked this up before.
Yeah, that sounds right. I'm checking.
Because it was based off, the movie came out in 82, and it was based off of the
comics.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came out in the
1932
30s.
is the comic. That's
Yeah.
the comic.
So Conan was around for a long time, but then this, because of all of the like revitalized interest in the sword and sorcery stuff, and then you also have the Satanic Panic and the Dungeons and Dragons things that are starting to become popular again. And so they were like, we're just gonna make a toy that's basically a sort of Conan the Barbarian. This is also a good time to point out that there was a
Well, see, Ethan, do you want to have a sidebar while he's looking that up? What's up, buddy? You're looking good.
Yeah, I'm looking good. I'm feeling good. I'm He-maxing right now.
So here's Ethan, I'm just gonna warn you, buddy. I feel like you're burning through all your He-Man jokes at the front. You did the they was, you did the He-maxing.
Yeah, you have been sort of shotgunning it right here, and then hoping to sort of hide away for a while.
Yeah, I've had this entire pronoun-based bits that I've been wanting to do this whole time, and the ladies have been stopping me. And now
Yeah,
They don't think
they're
now
definitely-
They don't like
now I can't be stopped.
When
I
Ethan
can't
says-
be stopped, He-Man.
When Ethan says stop him, they don't actually stop him. They just don't laugh at him, and he's like, they're persecuting me.
That's worse. Yeah, to him, that's worse.
That's way worse.
That's way worse.
You know what? It's worse for me too.
I know. Listen, we're all here because we're hiding from our wives. Because they're so mean to us, and we can't say anything on the podcast. Because they're sometimes on the podcast.
I told a really inappropriate joke, and she didn't laugh at all, and I felt persecuted.
All right. So there was a different TV series that came out in 1981 called Black Star. Also sometimes called Power Star. I don't know why.
Okay.
But it's a story about an astronaut from Earth who got swept into a black hole, and then he landed on like a sword and sorcery future past planet. And this is important to know because this came out just a little bit before He-Man. Like, is it a copy? I don't know, but there's a lot of ideas in there that are just a little bit before when He-Man was coming out.
I've never heard of Black Star, so I feel like He-Man won that out.
Well, so that was the other thing is, again, because this is all based on the just like, we need to have a barbarian toy.
Right.
The He-Man story wasn't really there, so it could kind of just start to pull from stuff as needed to fill in the story blanks, which is going to make our job a little harder because this is just going to sound like we're just kind of making stuff up. But that's what they were doing, so
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. He-Man originally released with only a companion comic book series. Again, it was supposed to sort of give kids a little bit of backstory behind these toys so that they kind of knew what they were, what kind of thing that they wanted to do. And the idea that He-Man has an alter ego known as Adam is kind of in there from the very beginning. So Adam is just a regular dude with like a squire haircut and just huge boulder rippling muscles,
Right.
as everyone has on this planet.
Wait, so this is
But-
on Earth?
No, so
It's not. Okay.
Adams. This does take place in. It doesn't. It's. They say they change worlds a lot or change universes, and I think that just means space travel through portals. But Earth is connectable to this world because Adam's mother is from Earth. She's an Earth scientist who came to Eternia. It was just like Project Hail Mary. She was a space explorer. She came to Eternia and met the king of Eternia, and he was like, "Hello there, little honey." and became his wife because if like
Yeah.
if you go to a new planet and they're like, if you fuck the monarch here, you become ruler of this cool new planet. I'd be like, yep.
I almost feel like that's how all monarchs work. You just gotta. There's some fucking involved.
Right. Well, and as a
yeah.
monarch too, you would want the most sort of exotic woman there is, which would be a space lady.
We need to be really careful right now. I'm gonna go.
I don't know. Hey, we're just calling them like we sees them, you know. This is what the monarchs think. I don't agree
That's just
with
not
this.
me.
Yeah,
I didn't
right,
say
right.
this.
This is what the queen thinks.
So He-Man is
Wait, his
the
name is
child.
Adam,
well,
but he's from a
his
different
name's Adam.
planet.
His mother's from Earth,
Oh, so she named him that.
so she named him
Yeah,
that. Presumably, he would be the first boy
course, the first boy.
of the planet. The
Yeah.
first boy.
The first boy.
The subtitle of like the franchise is He-Man Masters of the Universe,
Right.
which is just kind of like, I don't know, all the things.
Everything.
We
The
win
universe.
all the things.
Later on, not to spoil it too much, but there's an event known as the Celestial Alignment, which says that every planet in the universe becomes aligned for the celestial alignment, and I'm like, I don't think that could happen. There's just too many, right? Unless there's 2 or 3, like unless it's just Earth and Eternia. That's the name of their planet, by the way, is Eternia.
Yeah, that's rad.
Eternia is a land of magic and science. Magic is real,
Right.
and
This is
they
just a
also
Merlin.
have like
This is just a Merlin thing.
yeah, exactly. And they all again, it's so
Yeah.
we said sword and sorcery. That's sort of the Conan barbarian genre of like it's like Dungeons and Dragons kind of, where it's like old timey barbarians and fighters and stuff, also mixed with like wizards and seers and witches and all that.
So to clarify, this is all coming with a companion comic when you buy the action figure. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Yeah. So that you can learn all this stuff about these cool characters that you just purchased.
Action figures
with your
don't
parents'
come
money.
with that anymore. It's like
No.
you just get a little Fortnite bobble, and you're
They
expected-
also
Right,
used to do this in video games too, my man. You would get a little booklet, and then it would be like, instead of having to jam it into an unskippable 20-minute cutscene at the beginning of the most boringest game I've ever played, you just are supposed to read it on the drive home when your mom's
Right.
driving you home.
Hey, Beyond Two
And
Back
be
Souls
when
like,
we
doesn't
were-
appreciate that shade. Okay, that's a stray.
Back when we were a cultured people.
back, they would also teach you how to play the game because the buttons would probably be some sort of esoteric, incomprehensible way to do stuff.
There's only like 4 buttons, so they really had to make it work.
Yeah, true.
Right.
I'm playing Pokemon Mystery Dungeon on the emulator right now, and to do anything, you have to press at least 2 buttons
At the
together.
same time,
and
no.
At the same time, you have to like
No.
remember what all those combinations are, and I'm like, this is too much for me.
Yeah,
I'm a
that's-
grown adult, man.
That sucks.
But on this planet of Eternia, Adam's mother. I should probably say all their names, huh? There's gonna be a lot of names today.
There's a lot of names, and they're all action figure first names, so
right.
they are just wild.
Let me get my actual notes here. I don't know why I thought I could remember this.
Boy doesn't even have his notes up. Without the women
know.
here, we are plummeting.
It really is actually a pretty devastating.
I've listened to the ladies'
setup
episodes,
right now.
guys. They are locked in. There's
They're
none of
on
this.
it.
There's none of
They're
this
dishing-
bullshit.
Well, we're gonna edit this out. I mean, probably not now
We're not
because
going
every
to
time I say
now.
we're gonna edit, every time I say I'm gonna edit something out, I don't because I think it's
Then
funnier.
it must stay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's King Randor
Okay.
is
I thought you were gonna
Adam's
say
dad.
Randall, and that's funnier.
King Randall. No, it's King Randor.
Okay.
And his queen Marlena, who is Adam's parents, and Adam himself is just an ordinary prince boy until in the comics he is beseeched by the goddess, who is just the sort of protector deity of Eternia, and says, Adam, you must go into the cave of power and claim your power sword so that you can become He-Man and do stuff. And Adam is like, cool, yes, and he
Yeah,
does that.
That sounds rad.
And they also, so they included the He-Man action figure. He also has a couple like sidekick friends that help him out, including Man-at-Arms, who is he's like the royal guard captain of the king and queen, and thus makes him a close friend to both Adam and the royal family. And then there's also Tila, who is his daughter.
Yeah, okay.
She is
Man-at-Arms daughter.
Man-at-Arms daughter, yes.
Okay.
And then she is a love interest mostly. This is why this is problematic, because Tila and the goddess are two different people.
No.
But
Okay.
they only had one female mold for these toys. So when they came out, they just looked exactly the same.
You gotta prioritize.
And so then at a
second
certain
mold.
point, it got confusing as to who was what, and it was like, is
Oh, yeah.
Tila? Well, it was
We
a
can't
girl mold.
afford
So
that.
they
Right,
were
we're
like,
not
well,
gonna
they don't want girl mold.
multiple
they want more
girl
big
molds? I don't
buff
think so.
boy molds. Exactly. So this is why none of this really matters, because the toys were the priority here. They just didn't really have a story, and also he had to go into this cave every time he wanted to transform, and that was cumbersome. So they get rid of this pretty fast, and it doesn't matter because these comics are going to become out of date shortly now, because they're like, we're going to make a cartoon, and this cartoon is going to introduce all of our characters, and they're all going to have fun adventures, and it'll make kids want toys, and it worked probably. It is some
it did work.
cheap ass animation. I'll tell you that to your face. We get about 15 different frames per episode, and they just sort of tween between them to move them around.
Right. I mean, it was like a commercial's budget because they
Right.
were functionally just a commercial.
Are these 20
And
minute
it's
episodes?
the same thing as like, the GI.
There's no
It's
way these
literally
are
the same as
20-minute
GI Joe.
episodes.
It's
Oh.
like
Mhm.
you have your main
Yeah,
cast of characters.
Yeah, no,
They-
they're 20-minute episodes. They're just not.
Lizzie and I
well
were watching
animated.
a bunch of them last night, and they are very funny. It's pretty charming in this day and age to see some of this stuff, and just the way these characters
Mhm.
act is so like stilted because they're like bound by their animation. But also, it's got some of the best voice acting I've ever heard in like old cartoons, which is crazy. Like the guy who voices He-Man has such like a rich, like baritone timbre, and he's just like, Skeletor, you little fiend, I am going to take you down. And then Skeletor's like, fuck you, He-Man, I'll kill you.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Meanwhile,
like
just
still
like
frames
just
for
really
just
the
like
good.
still
sentence, yeah.
frames with the jaw moving a little bit for
There
this.
was, yeah. It's the mouth.
was-
It's the mouth
yeah.
flap. It does feel a lot
Yeah.
like
I was
Speed
gonna say,
Racer
like, his-
level,
also
kind
his
of like
voices remind
cutaway
me
to a
way too
single
much of-
person
is it
flapping their mouth.
Dick Dastardly?
I love it.
Is it? Am I cartoon Wacky Racers? Yeah. Is that his name?
Yeah, that is. Yeah, he's Dick Dastard.
There's
Uh,
no way. I
that
could be
sounds
thinking of
right.
that.
I
no,
mean-
you're thinking of Snidely Whiplash, dude.
Okay.
Or
Is this a hors d'oeuvre?
Dick Dastardly is a different guy. Hold on, let's do a quick. We don't have a lot to. Yeah, this is a hors d'oeuvre. Dick Dastardly.
know. Is this a Rocky and
a
Bullwinkle
guy
thing?
who's Snidely Whiplash? He's like the same. Okay, hold on. I got. It might be Snidely Whiplash.
Oh yeah, I was close.
Oh,
yes,
he's
Snidely
he's
Whiplash
the
is-
antagonist of Dudley Do-Right.
Dudley
Snidely,
Do-Right.
Snidely Whiplash.
This is
Whiplash.
from Rocky and Bullwinkle. Yeah.
Yeah. Dick Dastardly is the wacky racing guys. Okay, you're right. And he was also
yeah.
the villain in the Scoob movie.
I did see.
Sorry to spoil the Scoob movie.
It's
Okay,
a
here's your
Scoob
and
here's
so
your
little
hors d'oeuvre for
effort
the
into
here's your
all
hors
this.
d'oeuvre for the
Scoob.
Scoob movie. There's a portal to there's a portal to hell that can only be opened when a man has a deep bond with his dog.
Well, he's got a dog.
And
He's got
Dick
a, yeah.
Dastardly wanted that treasure, and he has
Wait,
a
the
dog.
treasure in hell?
Makes sense.
And he's got a dog. Yeah, it's guarded by Cerberus. He's got a dog, and he wanted to open it, but he
Yeah,
lost
right,
his
right,
dog
right.
because it's actually like a monkey's paw thing. Like the only way to open it is to have a deep bond with your dog, but then it takes your
No.
dog and then gives you treasure.
cut my
But the
hair for
treasure was
this.
your dog all along. No.
Man.
And then so he is trying to trick. He's trying to trick
Of course.
Scoob and Shaggy because they too have a strong canine man bond. into
I don't
opening the
like
portal, which will
that
retrieve
hell
his
is
dog and put
involved,
Scoob
and I don't
in
like
hell
that
forever.
I don't like that the Oblivion Gates are involved in this.
God,
That's the actual plot.
The
really
the
is.
fucking
Right.
the animators they've all been trying to warn us about capitalism for so long. They're like, what
just
will
getting-
our story be about? It's like, well, there's a portal to
just getting
hell,
so-
but the
yeah.
rich man thinks there might be some money in there.
I think it was literally. I think it was literally like Odysseus,
Yeah.
and because you remember in the Odyssey when he comes home and his dog is the only one who recognizes him, so it was like Odysseus and his dog were like the original guys who made this
they were
portal to like
Scoob and Shag.
we must seal away hell, and so only their strong bond can open it again.
People think that cartoons can't be smart, but that if they are referencing the Odyssey, that's a smart as hell cartoon. Okay, let's be real.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what I was like. Wow,
You need to have
that's a
some
high
pretty good
IQ,
media
okay.
literacy to catch that one. So,
Okay, but back to He-Man.
so does He-Man have a dog? Is that why we
No,
started?
he's
this?
got a
He-Man
cat.
has a cat. His cat's name you will never guess. His cat is named Cringer.
Okay, I would have never guessed that. Actually. For some reason in my head, I thought it was Ruffles.
No, Cringer is his cowardly cat companion.
Right, he's like a little fat,
and
like
also
orange guy. Am I
He's
mistaken?
green.
No,
You
no,
know,
I
you're
think
right.
God,
I
I'm
think
fully
you might be
off.
thinking of
The Thundercats thing.
I'm thinking
Thundercats.
of
Yeah.
Thundercats.
Yeah, I
That's-
also
Thank you.
get. I
That's
also got
Snarf.
that confused, and Lizzie
Yeah,
was
snarf,
like, "You
snarf,
stupid
that's what it
idiot!" And then
is.
she started hitting me like she always does. Yeah,
You're in a
Um,
safe place, CJ.
the-
You're on a white man's podcast. Okay, I need you to know that.
I know. Fucking finally. Oh shit. Yeah, that's how I was gonna open the episode, like how all the
Restart it.
the He-Man episodes open, where they're like they just have to like really quick shotgun the plot at you so that you like know
Oh,
what's going
sure.
on at the
Yeah,
beginning of
yeah.
every episode. And
Yeah.
I was gonna be like 6 years ago, two boys were sitting inside of their shared apartment and talking about Castlevania, and that's when they decided to claim a podcast. I have a podcast.
And go.
So the original, yeah, right. The original He-Man figures was He-Man. There's Man-at-Arms. There's Teela, who is Man-at-Arms' a daughter.
Yep.
And
With the same body
she's
as
also,
the mom. Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of ambiguous that she's also kind of the goddess. I don't know. And then there's Stratos. He's a winged warrior. He can fly, and he is bird themed. He's got bird arms and a bird helmet, and he can fly.
Bird arms are just
he's
wings.
very funny. He's got big buff arms, and he's got like feathered wings coming out of the side.
Oh,
of
okay. Okay.
his big
All
buff
right.
arms.
Everyone must be buff in this universe.
Yeah,
Everyone's
that's fine.
buff. I don't have to say they're
fine.
buff. They just are buff. Okay.
Okay. Copy that.
Stratos is really funny because He-Man does usually ride around on like a hover bike, which you can also purchase. So Stratos' ability to fly does not come into play that much, although he does usually carry around Man-at-Arms, sort of cradle style, like flying him from place to place.
And they're both
so
really
that's
buff
fun.
dudes.
They're both really buff dudes, and they're like within kissing distance
Cool.
of each other. So
Yes,
it's
cool.
actually.
I like that.
I mean, there's a lot of theory.
The-
I read a lot of theories about how He-Man represents the re-infantilizing of manlyhood as men refuse to step into fatherhood and instead embrace boyhood forever.
God, they
and
fucking
so, you
nailed
know.
that in the 80s?
No, this was a paper made in like 2000 and something.
Yeah, but if
it
you're
was,
analyzing the 80s,
but
then
they're referencing. Yeah, they're saying
Fuck, dude.
they were like, this is where all the man children come from, the
Dude,
boy
they
childs
clocked
of
us.
today.
Oh God, they're right.
They fucking got us. They got
They
us.
fucking
We
got
should
us.
I
be
don't
having
feel safe.
children and going to war. What are we doing here? We're on a podcast talking about children's toys from the 80s. Oh my God, they're right. They're right about us.
They've never been more right. Science! God damn it, science again.
Science. All right. He-Man has some villains as well, as you might imagine. There's of course Skeletor, a buff skeleton man who's also sort of a wizard, who's also sort of an inventor. He's kind of a do it all type of guy.
Sorry, I just
Um,
remembered
in the-
Skeletor when you said that.
Skeletor. I just can't stop thinking about Skeletor.
I can't stop thinking about it. Okay.
There is so originally He-Man's sword was actually only half of the power sword, and then Skeletor had the other half of the power sword. And when you connected the two together, they would create the true power sword, which was the key to opening Castle Grayskull, which is an important area in Eternia. The actual what Castle Grayskull is, we'll talk about later, because at this point, it's literally just a cool skull castle that magic power comes from. That's it. There's no lore there. They're just like, it's a cool skull castle. What do you want?
Right, yeah. I mean, it's a rad toy for your big buff action toy people to hang out in.
It's got a real sword and sorcery aesthetic to it as being a big skull castle. But when He-Man powers up, he says, "By the power of Grayskull, I have the power," and he is referring to Grayskull Castle.
I do know that. I know that by the power of Grayskull how is he related to like why
He-Man,
would he
He-Man
call
is
upon
chosen.
the power?
So He-Man, this will happen in the comics, but there is a new character that they introduce in the comics, another lady character named the Sorceress.
I'm listening.
And she's the guardian of the Castle Grayskull. Castle Grayskull contains within it a menagerie of magical artifacts and knowledge, and Skeletor craves it. He desires it. He lusts for power. And so he's always trying to break into Castle Grayskull. And the Sorceress, as the protector of Castle Grayskull, uses her magic to protect it, but she also needs the power of a strong sword arm. And so she is the one who guides He-Man to his power sword, that he may claim it. And then when Adam raises his sword aloft and says, "By the power of Grayskull," he transforms into He-Man, the guardian of Grayskull.
I see. Okay.
All right. So we already got a retcon in here. Now it's no longer the goddess.
Yeah, I mean we have to stop pretending like we're gonna go with the original lore at first, because it falls apart very quickly. But some of the other villains that He-Man faces off with is Beastman, who is Skeletor's henchman that he is really mean to. But in fairness, Beastman is a complete fuck up who can do nothing right. He has one power. It is the power to control beasts, and it never ever works. There is we saw one episode where they're in the woods and He-Man's like floating around with Tila, and she's like, "Look out, there's a big bat creature." And he's like, "Bat creatures never attack you as long as you stay the distance away."
I got it.
So they're like, "Okay," but then Beastman is there, and he's like, "Bat creature, attack him!" And the bat creature goes towards him, and He-Man's like, "Oh shit!" And he throws like a ball that explodes into light, and the bat it's like out of there. It's like, "Nope, scary, gone." And the Beastman's like, "Damn you, He-Man!" It's like, Beastman, that's
fault?
your plan.
That's that bat's fault. That bat is like a level 1 bat. That's not
His
fault.
power is to control animals, and he can't overcome their natural fear. That's like a really
it's
bad
like Pokemon.
power.
You throw out a level 1 fucking Pidgey, and it's gonna get scared. You have to have
against a
better,
big guy with a sword like Machamp.
You have to have
Right,
a better
but
bench
punched
than
to death.
that. Beastman's bench is
Unfortunately, there's
no.
nothing but level 1 Pidgeys around here. So
There was
That's
also
not on
a time
Beastman.
There's also a time when they were trying to control. They were trying to get a bunch of dragon eggs. And the dragon starts attacking them. And Skeletor's like, "Beastman, stop him!" And Beastman goes, "Stop!" And it just doesn't work because it's an angry mother dragon trying to protect her eggs. And he's like, the dragon's too angry to listen to my Beastman powers. It's like, again, Beastman, I don't know,
unfortunately,
dude.
Beastman does not have enough badges for that one. He's got a There's
That's
a sweet
Ash
spot.
trying to control Charizard, and Ash can't control Charizard because Charizard is a fucking giant ass dragon again. It's just dragons. It's dragons. All the way
fucking
down.
I love the dynamic between Skeletor and Beastman, because Skeletor is constantly like, "Beastman, you worthless idiot." And Beastman has a little aside where he was like, "I'm listening to you one day, but one day you will fall and I will claim the throne." And Skeletor's like, "Did you say something?" And he's like, No. It's like every episode they do this. It's really, really
That's
funny.
a really good bit. That's really funny.
It is really funny. There is also Merman. He is a fish man. and he's evil, and he rules underwater, and he almost never. He's like everything that he does is almost always kind of off screen. I maybe animating underwater stuff is too hard, or it's just not that interesting, but they'll like reference him a bunch. They're like, Merman found this relic in his Mer realm, and it's like, that's cool. I guess thanks for telling us.
Does Merman control fishes, or is that just like
That's a
beef
Beastman
between
thing.
him and Beastman?
Yeah.
I think he controls that's probably Beastman. He just, there's like Mer people. I think he's kind of the ruler of the Mer folk. And then there is from the original, the only one left is Zodiac, who is
Oh no, the
like
Zodiac
a
killer.
space cop.
Oh no.
Yeah, basically. No,
They
it's
got the Zodiac
Zodak.
killer. Oh, Zodiac.
Zodak.
No,
It's
Zodak.
Off-brand.
Yeah, he's like a space cop. It says that he's often neutral in the war of good and evil, and I'm like, that tracks.
Very good.
He seems to err on the side of evil, and he just has like a space gun. I mean, he's dressed like a 80s space warrior guy. Fun fact, they took parts from all of these guys and kind of mixed and mashed them up. So there was a short run collectors only. It was called like the Brutal He-Man or like Barbarian He-Man or something, and it's He-Man without his sword, but he still transforms into a big buff guy. He just punches the shit out of things, but he's just the He-Man head that's painted different on top of the Zodak body painted differently.
Yeah,
Pretty
I'm looking
neat,
at
huh?
I'm looking at Zodak right now, and this dude looks like a Class A loser. I'm not gonna lie. Just
Yeah,
what is
he's
that
a big
helmet?
dweeb, and they don't use him at all.
Yeah.
They also, this is okay. I have to share this, even though it's like completely irrelevant, and we're not going to do this for every single character. But
I wish
Zodak is spelled with a C at the end, Zodac, and sometimes just because it was the '80s and no one really gave that much of a shit, they just printed it as Zodak with a K.
Yeah, the He-Man
and it was
wiki
just kind
says
of
it's a K.
Yeah, and it was just kind of inconsistent depending on what run it was part of or whatever. But then later on, they needed to put more diversity into their He-Mans because they only had white dudes. And they're like, we need to make more black characters.
Yeah.
So they decided to make Zodak black. And then instead of switching back and forth between the two, they decided to make it canonical that Zodak has a K at the end.
Okay.
And then they could have just left it at that. They're like, this is Zodak, whatever. But they were like, no. The reason his name is Zodak with a K is because his good friend, Zodak with a C, the white guy from before, is his friend and mentor. And he named himself Zodak in honor of him. And I was like, if that's true, why would he change the letter on it? Why would he just be Zodak? Why would he be like, I will be Ethan from now on. Ethan with an F. And it's like,
where?
okay.
Ethan.
Ethan. I'm not.
I do it to honor him.
In honor. Yeah, I like that a lot. We should do that more often. Just have
just be like, this is a different guy, but he's friends with the first one that you remember.
It's not.
We're
not making that guy
anymore.
But it's not the same. It's different. We didn't just change a white guy to a black guy. We made a new character.
We didn't do that.
This is not Captain America. This is Captain America with a K instead.
Where?
I mean, Ethan, you're actually dangerously close to what they actually do in the comics, though.
We made an even whiter version. It's Captain America with 3 Ks.
Yes.
And that one was not very popular.
No, that one didn't that didn't go over well.
That one made it. That made a big statement, though, and I think that's what art is supposed to do.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Got it.
So we have the main characters of just the run of the action figures, but they made the show, and in the show. Again, it was like I said, it's mainly that the sorceress is sort of this goddess character who used to also kind of be Tila. They're just like, Tila is just Man-at-Arm's daughter now. And Sorceress is like the most powerful sorcerer lady in the whole world. and she's the defender of Castle Grayskull and all of its secrets. And Skeletor wants to take over Eternia and get all of those neat little secrets that are inside of Castle Grayskull. Within the series itself, we already start to get some inconsistencies between the beginning of the series when they are like, this doesn't matter, this is a commercial, and the end of the series where they're like, shit, we need to make actual lore because this is going to be like a continuing piece of media that's going to happen.
I have a question. Sorry, Skeletor.
Yes.
What are his
No,
powers?
please.
What? Because
He
what
he
can
has
do?
a magic staff that shoots beams of power. Rarely is it effective, but sometimes. He is an inventor. He can invent machines that can, like, he invented a kind of spaceship that turns people to stone and then uses the energy that those people had before they were turned to stone to store it so that he can turn a big statue into a living statue.
Rad.
So he invented
I
all
like
that. And he is he's kind of just like a business mogul as well. Like, all of the villains seem to come to him for no particular reason. I don't know what he's got on him, but I guess he's just got like
Skeletor
charisma.
Shark Tank. They just show. They
It-
show.
I-
up and
yeah,
pitch
they have
something.
they have like a lair. Oh, I should say Skeletor lives in Snake Castle, which is a big mountain that has a snake, like a castle, but in the shape of a snake going around the mountain, and so
That
he lives in
fucking
the top in
rips.
Snakehead.
Why would he
Yeah,
want a
it's
different
kick-ass.
castle? Why would he want a different castle?
Well,
I-
I mean,
that's what I
CJ was
thought.
very mad yesterday, though, that Skeletor did not live in the Skull Castle.
It's called Castle Grayskull, and he has a gray skull.
yeah, that's
And
the,
it's got a big skull on its head. It's
Can
like, by Mario rules, that's his house. Like,
Did they
Bowser lives in a
ever-
big castle of his head.
Did they ever do like? Oh, eventually you learn that Skeletor's descendants or something did have that
No,
castle.
it's
And,
don't worry. We'll get it. It's stupid.
Oh, it's dumber. Okay, it's dumber than that.
It's well, I don't know. It's whatever.
beautiful.
I
It's
don't.
art.
I won't pass judgment on this particular lore because whatever. It's meant to be whatever. But the as I mentioned, Adam and his scaredy cat green tiger Cringer, is living the life of luxury as prince in the palace. And he always plays it up like, oh, I'm such a fucking scared little piss baby. Oh no, danger is here. I'm going to run away. But he's only running away so that he can turn into his secret alter ego, He-Man.
Yes.
I don't know why, as the prince of the kingdom, would it not behoove you to let everyone know that you are the greatest hero in the world? Like, what is the point of the secret? Like, usually you have a secret identity as a hero because you don't want the villains going after your family.
right,
But your
right.
family is already the people the villains are going after. What
Right.
tactical advantage does this give you?
I remember I actually saw a thing on this on like the creation of the toys, right? And their basic idea with this was that we're selling these toys to 5-year-olds who do not have any power,
Sure.
and they want to feel
Oh.
powerful. So Adam
Okay.
is you, the 5-year-old. You're supposed
Right.
to relate,
And
and
then-
if you buy our toys, you too can transform and have the power like He-Man.
That makes sense.
I think that's so. I'm just thinking there's so much media for children that revolves around that. That revolves around like
Yeah, it's
I'm
because
a
of
normal
this.
dude. Yeah, so like
Right.
Power Rangers, like I feel like Captain Planet, like all of these things are like with this special piece of equipment. You can become super power, and then
Right.
and then
That's
and
on
then-
sale now.
Yes, exactly. I was gonna say, and then you can sell that piece of equipment. Boom.
Yeah, no, it was very, and so here's I'm gonna pick more fights with my wife when she's not here to defend herself. We were
That's what
talking
we're here
about
for, baby.
how we were talking about how like there are people who self-insert into media of like, I feel like I'm this character going through this adventure, and then there's other people who just are like, no, I'm like an observer watching this thing play out. And I am the former, where I'm like, yeah, I'm imagining myself in this scenario. And Lizzie's like, that's crazy. I feel like I'm just this like watcher that's watching this story unfold. And I'm like, that's crazy. But in fairness, all the toys and shit they were trying to sell us as kids were all like, this is you in the action. And I'm like, I guess I am in the action. Sick ass.
Yeah. Also, it's
worked
because
on me.
like
Damn,
every main
damn,
character
those
is a
guys
man.
got me.
Every main character is a man, so it's like, you know.
Yeah, it
That is-
does help
that's-
that it does help
yeah,
that the
that's
main
true.
character to almost everything looks almost exactly like me. that's a real boon for me.
I too am buff
Sorry,
and
everyone
can
else.
wield a sword.
Yeah, hell yeah. A gentleman's
I
weapon.
do love for getting back to the alter ego thing though. For anyone who has not like taken a good look at the toys, Adam and He-Man neither wear a mask. They look identical. So it is just this weird thing of like, oh, Adam's run away and now He-Man has come, and it's like not even the glasses that like Clark Kent wears. It's just 100% like that's the same guy.
He has
I mean, Adam is
Prince
wearing
Adam has a green tiger that talks.
yes.
He-Man has
He-Man.
Battle Cat, a green tiger that talks, and no one is like, wait a second, where's Cringer? What did you do with Cringer?
That's right. To be fair, Battle Cat does wear a little hat, a little
Yeah, he wears
helmet.
battle armor.
So
yeah.
that green cat could be any green cat. How can we know?
Adam is wearing a business casual in all the photos I'm finding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
and
is wearing a
He-Man-
skin tight sort of pink tunic,
Yes.
and He-Man does not wear a shirt.
Right. He's got the chest armor on of some sort,
Yeah,
protecting
he's
his
got
most
some,
vital
like,
of organs.
belts.
His pecs.
I think it's to cover the nipples, which it does not do.
which it
very
doesn't
well.
do. Which, by the way, it doesn't do that.
Yeah, they always had to cover the nipples. Isn't
Quick,
that
let me
kind of
Google
fun?
search He-Man nipples and see what I get. Here we go. And
You'll
doing
get
that,
some results. Trust me.
no women around to stop me, and ooh, didn't want to do that. Nope.
Yeah, they would definitely stop you.
Yeah, didn't want to do that.
Regret this decision.
Yeah.
Wish a woman was here to stop me.
So the other notable. Damn, I wish a woman was here to stop me.
We could end the episode on that. That'd be really
the
funny.
other, just in tears. All of our wives have been on the show too. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? We're all married and we have wives that go on our podcast. That's insane.
That's nuts. Why? Why do they?
That's
do
irresponsible
That for us?
on their part.
All right.
Quite honestly.
I don't.
know.
You shouldn't
shouldn't
say
be
that out loud.
supporting
That
us.
reflects poorly on them.
Yeah.
Hey, let's continue to make fun of them. Boy, that reflects poorly
No, they're
on
awesome.
them.
No, they got their shots in on the boys when they had their own. I mean, I assume I don't listen to those.
I don't listen to anything run by a woman.
I
just
do.
don't.
I listen to all the episodes. I'm not Ethan. All right. So there's Prince Adam and Cringer, aka He-Man and Battle Cat, and there is Man-at-Arms, Tila, his daughter. Man-at-Arms is like a sort of gun-based boy, which pretty good. Unfortunately, guns don't usually work that much in this universe, but he has a whole bunch of different types of guns he pulls out.
Oh my God,
Tila
his
is a
mustache. Why didn't
girl.
you mention his mustache?
Oh yeah, it's
Man,
funny
that
too because
mustache.
there's lots of flashbacks. There's
To
lots
when
of
he
flashbacks
didn't have a
to
mustache.
Man-at-Arms. We'll get into, and yeah, to denote younger Man-at-Arms, he just doesn't have a mustache, but he's like the
That's
same.
funny.
Yeah,
Idris
I love that.
Elba plays Man-at-Arms in the movie. That's fun.
Idris Elba will be the
Mhm.
new Man-at-Arms.
It's Man-at-Arms spelled with a K because
Right.
he's the black
because
one.
he's black now. yeah.
Because he's the black
You're so
Man-at-Arms, of course. Yeah.
I named myself after my mentor, Man-at-Arms.
No, you're just doing Michael Caine with a K.
Oh, you're right. It's more like Knuckles. Sonic, I think we could be great friends.
I still feel like you're doing Michael Caine.
Can't
is
do.
his-
yeah.
what is
oh,
his
wow,
career?
CJ can't do an Idris Elba voice. One of the most famously sultry and enticing voices in the whole world. Wow, what an idiot. What a cringe loser. Can't even do an Idris Elba.
I do not understand Idris Elba's career.
I don't know, man. I think he's just
That's
famous.
wild. Yeah.
Right, it's just like he's got this like great like sultry voice. Like, you know what he should really be? Knuckles the Echidna.
Yeah.
I think he'd really bring that to life.
Shouldn't he be? I mean, look at him.
Let's give him a run in
there
the office and make him speak in American English. That'll work.
Yeah.
And then he can be Man-at-Arms.
Yeah. He looks good.
Man at Arms.
He doesn't have a cool mustache though. I gotta say, they kind of flubbed it by not including the mustache.
I know that.
CJ,
well,
could you
he's
get
got,
control
like,
of this podcast, please? Could you please take control
I
of this
can't.
podcast?
It's off the rails, baby.
Lizzie!
Help me! The boys are fighting. All right. Who else do we have? Oh, right.
We're still introducing characters? That can't be right.
Well, so
That's most of this one. Is
we
just
have
introducing
it's going to be
characters.
almost all just introducing characters, buddy,
Okay,
and
I'm
just
cool with
talking
that
about
then.
them because
I'm fine with that.
it's very. I mean, I will say plot to plot. If you want an average He-Man plot, Skeletor's up to some bullshit. He-Man's got to stop him, and some subset of the total characters come in and interact with each other, literally animated as if a child is holding dolls and just knocking them into each other. And then it is resolved as He-Man, Team Rocket blasts off
I was about to
Skeletor,
say Team
and
Rocket.
then
Yeah.
and then everything goes back to normal, and Adam's secret is safe.
So it
There
is
is
explicit.
also.
It's explicit that it's a secret and that he has to maintain secrecy. It's not just some
Yes,
stupid thing
yeah.
that
In
we
fact,
all notice. Okay.
Only Man-at-Arms, the Sorceress, and this new character I'm about to introduce know of his secret identity.
Okay.
Now, best as I can tell, the production studio who is making the animation, they were just given all the toys and be like, put these toys into an animated. And they were like, we need a comic relief because this isn't funny enough.
I like
There's no
this.
funny here. It's all just
like
big
this.
buff men. So they introduced the new character Orko to be the comic relief character. Orko looks nothing like any of them, but that's explained.
He is the snarf of this universe.
Is it with
He
a
is
K?
the snarf. It is with a K.
Oh, and you can't see his face either. Oh, but he's kind of blue.
You can't
Okay,
see his
never mind.
face.
He's
He
blue.
is. Yeah, he's blue. He does kind of look like the Dark Mage from Final Fantasy.
Mhm.
He has a big O on his.
He does. That way
on
you
his
know it's
shirt.
Orko.
You know, like how it's that Orko. You know how we all wear big. I have a big C on my shirt, and Ethan's got a big E, and Eric also has a big E, which is a little
Makes it
confusing for me. But
yeah.
as we'll learn later on, Orko is he is from a different dimension or a different world, or again, it's a little ambiguous, but he's from a different race of beings. They're called like the Trollas or something.
It said he was a court magician.
He is their magician. I've also seen him referred to as the jester, and I'm like, those feel really different.
They
But
are. He's a troll.
I like the combo, though.
yeah, he's a trollin.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh my
he's-
God,
he's
his
a
uncle's name
trollin.
is Dorko.
Yeah, he's a trollin. So he is a magician. Why doesn't he use his magic to just solve their problems? Great question. Well, from the dimension he is from, he is actually a very skilled magician. But when he came to this dimension, the changes in the physical properties of the universe make his magic almost never work, making him a worthless
Tale as
idiot.
old as time. Tale as old as time. Yep.
So he can like fly around, and his magic always works when he's doing dumb little bits and pranks and stuff, but it never works when he
Yeah.
needs to like kill a dragon. So
Right.
worthless. He's worthless.
Man, what
So
a
that's
bummer.
com-
You're just like a powerful wizard deity like in your home world, and then you come to this world and not only are all of your spells garbage, but everyone is 3 times your size and buff as hell, and you're just a little dude.
And they're like,
And
you
nobody
can be
wears the Nobody has their initial on their shirt, so you don't know who anyone
So,
is.
So you don't know
keep
anyone
forgetting their
is.
names.
And they're like, you can be our little pet that does little jokes and tricks and such.
It's Nibbler. Nibbler is
I'm a
this
powerful
all-powerful being.
wizard.
He comes to Earth and like has to be a baby.
Well, they were originally going to name him Gorpo, and they were gonna have a G on his chest, but they couldn't do that because in the animation, it's really easy to just flip a character instead of drawing them the other direction.
Yes.
And if you had a
Yes.
G, you can't flip it around because now it's a backwards G. So they had to use a letter that was symmetrical, and that's why they
Wouldn't it be
decided on
funny?
Orko.
Wouldn't it be funny if they did do the G and then every time they flipped it, it was like his brother, like
It's me,
Goppo.
Giplo.
Yeah, like they did with
In
Zodak, right? They're like, it's a
in
different
honor
person.
of my brother, I have the same name, but the G
But
is
the
backwards.
G is backwards. Yeah.
Yes, I'm Gorpo with a K.
Unbelievable, this fucking series. Okay.
So wait, I had a
Orko's there,
question
too.
to bring.
Yeah.
I had a question. So you talk about how He-Man's identity is a secret and he maintains the secrecy or whatever. But this is all happening on Eternia, right? All of this.
This is all
So
on
at-
Eternia, yes.
So as you mentioned, because in the movie it's like he's like this normal Joe working at an office, and I guess that's just how they kind of.
We're going to have to get to the movie at the end because I suspect we can do our quick analysis based on what we now know about He-Man lore, but I suspect they're probably going to ignore all of it. making this making this podcast worthless for actual information going into the movie, but you know,
All right.
we do what we
Okay.
do because we love it, not because
You can-
it's
you
They
helpful.
never
can
go to
watch-
Earth. They never go to Earth in the animated show. Earth is
Well,
not a
his
part
mom.
of this.
Well, his mom's from Earth.
Other than his mom being from Earth. Okay, yeah.
I don't think they ever traverse to Earth. I mean, that would be pretty boring. Although we'll talk about
would
when they
be.
go to Earth in the live-action movie, still starring Dolph Lundgren as He-Man.
Oh, there's another live action movie.
Oh, this is not the first live-action movie. Now we are actually giving you information you might not have known. We
I
got to
don't know
introduce these
any of
characters
this.
before we can get this movie.
Right, we got to
Christ.
get to Evelyn.
Yeah, we haven't got. You know what? Let's just do Evelyn. Evelyn is kind of a solo operator, although she does align herself with Skeletor quite often. But she doesn't really seem to work for him because she's always like, "Skeletor, you old bag of bones piece of shit," and he's like, "Fuck you! What do you want, Evelyn?" And she's like, "I have a cool new magic sphere for you." And he's like, "Yes, you have done well." Evelyn's like the only villain character other than Skeletor who I think actually is like effective at what they do. She's always casting powerful magics and stuff like that. Her name's Evelyn. It's really good.
It's very, yeah.
Like Evelyn.
Yeah, but it's evil. Her name's Evelyn.
In honor of
Okay,
her
I got it.
sister, Evelyn.
Evelyn, yes.
These are like the core characters, but let's talk about some of the other some of He-Man's. Let's just go through some of these characters. I was gonna do a game of is this a real character?
Is
am I
this
making
real?
it up?
Yep.
But I decided not to do that because I didn't think I could make up stuff as stupid as this shit. So I will say all of these really, really good though. It's difficult to hate on these because there's so much heart in them. He-Man has a sort of spring companion. He's a man who springs into action, literally. Again, there was a toy that you like, boing, like springs out.
When you said a spring, I was like Clippy, but a spring. But it's not that. It's not a living spring.
No.
No.
His name is Ram Man.
Yeah. So
These are all
like-
we're playing the game and you made that up. Right?
important,
No.
like an important concept with like the He-Man toys is that like the original run of them, they are just all buff dudes with slightly different outfits on.
Uh-huh.
And so as they add more toys, they start to do just like the goofy toy shit that you would see in the 80s where it's like you press a button on his back and his head spins, and that's like an important special power that he has. He's Spin Head Man.
No, oh, Ethan, you're thinking of Man-E faces.
They're like, so 100% they were just like, what dumb thing can we make a little action figure do? And then try to work backwards and make that a superpower for the character.
Yeah, Man-E faces is a man who can spin his many faces around, who is originally a villain, but then he went to the side of good.
Wait, I thought that you were kidding again about Man-E faces.
I'm telling you this now. I
real.
couldn't do the game because I didn't want everyone to be like, you made that up. These are all in the show.
Okay, I'm just googling all these things as you're saying it, and
Man-E faces.
and then his head spins around in the
His
toy,
head
and he's
spins
got like a
around.
scary green. He's got a scary green face.
He has
like
many
a normal
faces. He's got
face.
3 faces. He doesn't have that many faces.
Yeah, right.
But having only 3 faces sounds pretty lame. If you had only 3 faces, you might be named something more like Triclops.
Okay, let me look up Triclops really quick.
That's not real.
that's
That
a
was made up.
Triclops
Nope,
is
that
a
one's real.
villain. He can spin. Triclops is a Cyclops, but he has 3 different eyes that can be his eye at any given point.
It is Triclops with a K.
With a K. So
It
he's
is with a
probably
K,
named
I'm
after
noticing
his
that.
friend and mentor Triclops with a C. Although he's a white guy, so I don't know. Maybe it goes the other way sometimes.
It does go the other way, I think, sometimes. Yeah.
Triclops is a villain. He is not to be trusted. Ram Man is a friend. He is half as tall as the rest of them, and he just sort of springs himself into people head first, smashing them.
Awesome.
A very silly method for fighting, although he shows up a lot in the show, so...
He's really giving Gimli energy.
He is.
in
He's
all
a
the
short.
things
He's
that
a
I'm
short
seeing.
king. He's very powerful.
Yeah.
Who else do we got? We have Moss Man. Oh, we should have done friend or foe. That's a good one.
Oh, that would have been a good. Yeah.
What do you think about Moss Man? Friend or foe?
Moss
That-
Man. I like
That sounds
I like
too
as a
lame.
foe.
That's got to be a villain. Yeah.
You
I like
are
that as a
so
villain.
wrong, Moss. Moss Man is friend to He-Man. He is a repaint of Beastman action figure. It was fuzzy and green.
Right. I imagine.
Yeah,
that,
that's lame as hell. Let's talk about Mechaneck. I like Mechaneck.
Mechaneck. Let's talk about
Okay,
Mechaneck.
Mechaneck is for sure a villain. Mechaneck is a villain.
Do you know Ethan? Did
Oh,
you
I'm
already
wrong?
look it up?
He's a good boy.
He's a
He
good
is,
man.
Wow.
Eric, you've
He's-
got
he's-
terrible sense for this.
He's
He
got
is a spy for the heroic warriors.
He's a spy.
Look at his neck. It's huge. What's
Yeah,
he
that's
doing?
his.
He's like a
That's
giraffe.
his mecha neck.
Who are they getting to play Mechaneck? I hope Paul Rudd plays Mechaneck if he's in the
Hey,
movie.
guys, check this
I hope
out.
it's Paul Rudd.
Or
Or I hope it's
what do you
Matthew
guys?
Broderick.
What do you guys think about Cyclone?
God damn it. Cyclone.
What is
I'm just
his
gonna-
power?
I think Cyclone.
I will tell you his power. He is able to spin different parts of his body, incredibly fast.
Okay.
Cyclone. Evil for sure.
God, that's so
Is
stupid.
Cyclone just the He-Man action figure, but they put a little radar in his tummy? That's what I'm seeing.
These are.
Why
so
are they
as we
all
go-
spelled with a K?
It is
yeah,
with a
clones
K.
with a K. He's named after his good friend and my mentor, Cyclone,
Cyclone.
with a C, and he was actually a clone of a different guy, his friend and
hate this.
mentor. Ironically named Cyclone with a K.
Is he a good guy or is he a bad guy?
Oh, is he a clone because he's a He-Man clone? Is that why he's Cyclone?
He
Because
is.
it's just the He-Man body type.
He is the heroic fist flinging tornado.
I don't.
Jesus.
Nope, I don't like
He's
that.
he's a hero. He's all been. He was turned into a cyborg by Skeletor's mechano ray,
Okay.
and I guess he just went with it. Yeah, I told you, Skeletor just invents cool things like the mechano ray,
Mm-hmm.
What is the use case for the mechano ray? What is the
turning
use case
guys
for
into
that?
robots.
I'm just
he
like
only did
looking.
it once and he retires
Well,
it?
he did it at least once. He's got a lot
I mean,
of...
it made that guy stronger.
guy
So he
really-
was like,
he
it
was
was
like,
like, whoops.
Fuck, not again! My big dick ray. Well, Ethan, I know you know this one already, but Eric, do you think Fisto is friend or foe?
Oh, Fisto is... Oh, wait. Let me use some context clues. Earlier,
Yeah, right.
Ethan made a joke about Skeletor being Fistoed, which I think only a hero would do. So I'm
You're
going to
right.
go ahead and say Fisto is a good guy.
Fisto is a hero. He uses his mighty fist for
Solid
justice.
context clues.
That was great.
Thank you.
I'm remembering back to when Ethan said he was a hero, and I think that might mean he was a heroic figure of some sort.
No, Ethan
I'm
just
trying
said that
to
he was
find
fisting
villains.
Skeletor.
All right. What about what about
If Skeletor's into it, he could be a bad guy.
Yes,
That's-
thank
I know,
you,
I know.
Fisto.
I
You've
was-
made me
I
only
t-
stronger. Now get in my tummy. All right. We have what
No,
about
not that way?
what about Buzz Off?
Fuck you. Villain.
He's a
Buzz-off
B man. In case
He's
you
gotta be a villain. We need one.
villain.
Where there's so many heroes.
didn't.
Yeah, he's a villain for sure.
He is the heroic spy in the sky. He serves
Okay.
He-Man and the
Fuck
heroic
you.
warriors.
They got a lot of
primarily as
spies.
He does, they do have a
Fuck
lot
you.
of spies. No wonder they're
They
winning
need
this
it.
war. Yeah.
Are they?
Skeletor is not
Wait,
in
what
Castle
war?
Grayskull. Well, Skeletor wants to get in Castle Grayskull. Yeah. And then I guess I didn't bring this up before, but He-Man has a strict no-kill policy. And so he doesn't ever kill
Uses
these villains.
giant sword.
Yeah, he just hits him and then he's like, "You get out of here." In fairness, that sword does not look very sharp. It's just like a big
No, it
rounded.
doesn't.
I think it's a bludgeoning object. What do you guys think?
I can't find another villain. By the way, I'm like looking through the
Don't
list on the
worry.
thing
I'll get
and-
you. Stop looking ahead, Ethan. I'll get you some. I'll get you some guys. What about Stinkor?
Villain.
What is his power?
Stinky?
First of
He's a
all,
stinky man.
He's stinky. He's
He's a
stinky. You should know
He's like a
this,
he's
Ethan.
the
how
garbage
does that
man.
work in an action figure?
Well,
Stinkor.
he's like a skunk
He-Man.
man.
Okay,
Mm.
but yeah, like Extendar, I got that one. He stretch his limbs. That one makes sense to me.
Mechanic
Stink-
also that, but neck.
Also that, but just the neck.
Stinkor. What did you
Stinkor.
say? What do
I
you
said
think? Friend or
villain
foe?
because you wouldn't make a stinky friend.
You don't
That
think you'd
just
make a
doesn't
stinky
sell.
hero?
No,
Ethan,
I think
what do
make
you
a
think?
Stinky villain.
Surely a villain, right?
Yeah, he's the evil master of odors. A little
And his
noxious
action figure
green
comes
gas
with
comes out.
his action figure comes with little attachable green plumes, like plastic green plumes that you can
Mhm.
clip into his body, and that's when he's stinky.
Beautiful.
When he's stinkoring.
He's
I was looking on the wiki here, and it's got the like list of pages on the left that you might want, and it's all of the like characters and such, and then like halfway down it's like Bowser Jr.
Yeah, they always do that in the wiki to try and get you to go to the other wikis.
Which villain, I think.
They had so DC is the one who made the comics for the comics, and they didn't. So of course they had like a Superman crossover at one point, and so He-Man met Superman. But this is back when He-Man was still just.
Did they
didn't-
kiss?
Well, they didn't characterize him yet as this like heroic prince. He was just a barbarian. So Superman was like, "Look at this stinky barbarian man who's beneath me," and He-Man was like,
Yikes. Yeah.
What do you guys think about Trapjaw?
Villain.
Yeah, I actually remember Trapjaw. He's a
Yeah,
villain.
he is a cyborg villain. He has interchangeable weapons that you can click onto his various body parts, including his jaw,
Right.
but also I believe his arms were like, it's really
Oh,
funny
wow,
to see him
yeah,
in the
his-
show. He like
His
detaches his
arm
arms.
comes
He's
off
like,
and it's
hold
just
on
a
one
little
second.
pistol.
Yeah, he's like, hold on
Yeah.
one second. I got to put on my pistol arm.
My killing arm.
And then He-Man decapitates him as he's doing it.
Yeah. It's pretty funny.
So really, this is the whole show is just like guys. Like we're just gonna
Yeah,
keep
just like
naming
guys showing
like
up.
we're
Right,
Like,
yeah,
we're
it's
naming,
like,
okay.
we want to sell our new Trapjaw toy, so we're going to have an episode where Trapjaw comes out and he threatens He-Man, and he gets to do his cool toy thing of separating his arm, and then He-Man beats him, but the children will buy the toy. Episode done.
Episode done. What do you guys think
I
of
just
King
don't-
Hiss?
Snake? That's a bad guy. You don't have a snake good guy.
Well, he is a snake man. He turns into snakes.
So, and especially with a character named Adam, no, snake bad.
That's true.
Snake evil.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Although he does not seem to work necessarily with Skeletor. He is the leader of the Snake Men.
Independent
The
evil man.
Independent evil guy. Oh, I don't know. Let's just do a couple more just to double check. Just to check our work here.
Is there like I've been watching a lot of Venture Brothers lately. Is there like a guild of villains that they have to be a part of or something?
Yeah, it's mostly, like I said, it's mostly just sort of Skeletor being the charismatic head and just being like, you should help me. But he doesn't like, so in that one of the episode we watched, he's like, Merman found this dragon's pearl in the ocean. That fool sold it to me for silver. So I was like, wow, just like Judas. But I think in the show it was just meant to imply that like, he doesn't really work for him, but they're like villains willing to deal with him. So they have like a loose coalition.
Like the media literacy needed to watch this show, you have to know the Bible,
I know,
the whole Bible.
You really do.
You
I
have
mean,
to know both.
They always sneak that stuff in
Both
there.
books.
Here,
All three
Cobra
books.
Cobra Khan is he's a bad guy.
That's a G.I. Joe character.
Cobra Kai.
Different Cobra
That's
Khan
Cobra Khan with a K?
with 2 Ks.
Oh my
Cobra
God.
and Khan.
How many mentors
Oh,
did
is it
he
really?
have?
Is it really Cobra Khan? Oh, it's Khan like Kha. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
King of Cobras.
Wait,
He
did we
looks
already
like
have
he
a Snake Man? You can't
That's
have two
King.
Snake Men.
That's King Hiss. But he's different.
I know we already had a Snake Man.
Cobra Khan is a different guy.
There's many Snake Men. There's Rattalore.
Oh, dude, not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
remember I
King
said-
Hiss looks fucking rad. King
Yeah,
Hiss
King
looks like a
Hiss-
total baddie.
King Hiss is merely the leader of the Snake Man Empire, but there's other Snake Men.
There's a whole thing of Snake Men.
We have.
What are we talking?
We're just talking about different guys. Oh, okay.
Well,
I've got
this
two
is what
more.
happens when boys get together. They just mention
Yeah,
different
just-
guys. Everyone
You
throws
guys
out
remember-
a guy, and
Remember Scare Glow? I think you guys know him.
I like Scareglow, but definitely a
Scareglow's
villain.
good.
You don't.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah,
villain.
definitely. Can I
there's,
guess what he is? Can I guess what
is-
Scareglow is?
You can
Can I-
you
go-
can
hold
guess.
on,
It's pretty easy, I bet.
Scareglow is a giant jack-o'-lantern pumpkin, and his head lights up. That's Scareglow.
No, he's
Damn
a skeleton man that glows in the dark.
See, I think mine's cooler.
Not to be confused with
think it's
Skeletor, who is a man with a skeleton's face. We'll talk about it.
It does not glow
Right.
in the dark.
It
though.
does not glow in the dark. Right? Yeah.
Yep.
A glow in the dark
what-
action figure though. That's dope. I like that.
I know it's pretty sick as. What do you guys think about Grizzlor?
Grizzlor.
Grizzlor.
Is he like a
Grizzlor.
bear? Like
yeah,
a grizzly
Grizzlor's
bear?
Right. That was my thought.
Oh,
he's just
Jesus.
He's just a fuzzy man.
Soft fuzzy man.
That's like they took
Soft.
Beastman and they were like, but more,
Yeah.
more.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Do you think?
Oh
do you
my
think
god.
that? Do you think that Beastman can control Grizzlor? Probably not.
No, we've already determined that Beastman can't control much of anything.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Grizzlor.
Grizzlor is scary. That's a lot of fur.
Yeah, Grizzlor is a villain.
Yeah,
Yeah, you have to be.
his subtitle is Grizzlor Hairy Henchman.
Yeah. All right. Last one. What do you guys think of the Clamp Champ? Not the Clamp
Okay,
Champ.
that's very
The
different.
Clamp Tramp is better.
Clamp.
His daughter
Champ.
is the Clamp Tramp.
And he hates
Yeah, I don't like
Here's-
this. No ladies around, folks. Make the jokes. No ladies on the pod
Clamp
today. Clamp Champ is, I'm going to go ahead and say hero. We're back to heroes. I like Clamp Champ as a hero. I think he's
Ethan,
got big
what do you think of the
metal
What does he
claws.
do?
He's got a big metal claw.
Yes!
What are you talking about? I don't think it's attached to him. I think he's just got a big clamper.
Oh, So
But
anyone
Okay.
can use the clamp.
I'm getting is that if it's like a tool or a cyborgy thing, that they're a good guy, and if there's some kind of animalistic
Some kind of
creature, then
snake
they're
creature.
bad guys.
Yes, Clamp Tramp is a hero. And he's the master of clamping.
I'll clamp them and you fist them. This is our combo.
Basically, that's probably certainly.
And then
the thing that
Skeletor
happened.
eats them.
And then Skeletor, yummy.
Yummy.
Okay, so we've
The
introduced a
little
lot of characters.
indentation of a clamp is in his belly.
Let's talk about
I hate it.
let's
absolutely
talk
hate
about how some of the lore shakes out at the end of the series that will kind of becomes canon as we go. But the main thing is Lena, we learn, is not the natural daughter of Man-at-Arms. She is actually the daughter of the sorceress. And during ancient conflict, or not ancient, I guess it's within her lifespan, but
it. 20 years ago.
20 years or so,
Yes.
She gave birth to her daughter, and then her father was killed, Lena's father. And then the sorceress, having to be the mystical protector of Castle Grayskull, was like, I can't care for this baby I'm not going to do this by myself. And that is when an unmustachioed younger Man-at-Arms comes across the baby, and he says, I will raise this child.
And she's like, you're the least weird dude in this universe, so I guess you should do it.
She's right.
And
She
then
is
he
right.
grows then he grows a fatherly mustache. And so she discovers this. And then we have our next plot point that's going to come up a lot. Once she discovers the nature of her parentage, the sorceress casts a spell to make her forget. And she says she'll only remember that her mother loved her very much. And I'm like, why does it matter that she doesn't know that she's your daughter?
Yeah.
Whatever. But He-Man also knows. But the sorceress is like, He-Man, I assume you can keep a secret. And I was like, is he gay? He's like, yes, I will keep this secret.
Adam was absolutely a gay icon of the 1980s.
Oh, for sure.
By
Look
the
at
way.
him.
Yeah.
He's fierce. And he turns into a shirtless man when he goes out on town. Lena is actually the daughter of the sorceress. The sorceress, by the way, is like bird themed. She can turn into a falcon, and she wears like a falcon outfit when she's not a bird.
Oh, rad. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
It's pretty awesome. There are some theories around Skeletor, why he became the way he is, why he's got a skeleton's face. In one iteration, he tried to attack the royal family with acid, and it backfired.
I like that.
Because he's not a skeleton man. We have to be very clear about this. He has a man's body. He just has a skeleton,
very buff man's body.
a buff man's body made of flesh and bone. But
we can tell.
but also he's got a skeleton face. In this, I don't think they wanted to go with the acid thing. They kind of threw that away.
Pretty funny.
But
Skeletor. So I always thought it was a mask. It's not a mask. It's his
Nope,
actual head.
It is his.
Nope,
That's his head.
He's got a skeleton head.
He has.
Then
a
I like the
skeleton's
acid
head.
theory.
Well, that doesn't make sense because then he would be dead.
No.
You know, if your head turns into a skeleton's head, that's
He's very
what kills you.
magical, though.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're gonna introduce another character that is probably more canonically the origin of Skeletor's face, Hordak, who is a demon man, kind of. He's more bat themed than Skeletor, who's more of a bone man.
I'm
Hordak
done looking them up, by the way. I can't.
No, that's all right. I was describing to you. Hordak was Skeletor's mentor. He taught him all these dark arts. And then Hordak was banished to a different dimension. And so Skeletor decided he wanted to be in control of all of Eternia. And so he before Hordak was banished away, he gave Skeletor skeleton head because he was evil. Well, that was the theory for the like the acid thing. He was like, well, my
Right.
apprentice, you will die because your face has been acided, but I will give you skeleton head instead.
Right. Listen. I think that you're doing very good at this evil thing, but your name is Josh, and you don't really have a theme. So I'm gonna give you a skeleton head. You're Skeletor now.
They're also yeah, it was pretty dumb.
I do like though. I enjoy the evil, like passing on the evil trades thing that
Right.
happens sometimes in these. Is like,
Yeah, the whole
all right,
Sith thing.
you may take up the evil mantle now.
Yeah. It's up to you to take over the world now. There is it was also like originally Skeletor was just a different race of like demon guys that came through a portal. Sure, why
Sure.
not? But the lore that
Portal theory's lazy. I hate portal
it is
theory.
lazy. We get away from that pretty
It's
much.
But
lazy.
right, Portal Theory's lazy, but I do like the idea that he's just like, I'll go to this other world, and being so incredibly buff, they'll stand no chance against me. And then he opens
Everyone
it.
in that world is buff. Yeah.
Just the buffest world that he could find, unfortunately.
except for Grappo or whatever his name was we learned earlier.
Or Orko.
Yeah.
Or guy.
I will say the thing that has stuck is that there is actually a brother to the king. His name is Keldor, and he is a sexy, smarmy, blue-looking buff dude. So I guess he's the king's half-brother. He's the king's long-lost half-brother.
Okay.
Yep.
He's the one who tries to throw acid in the king's face and it backfires, and then he gets a skull face, and then he becomes Skeletor. This, at the very least, this has kind of stuck that Skeletor is actually King Randor's long-lost half-brother, thus making him Adam and therefore He-Man's uncle.
Yes.
Neat.
I like this. I'm in.
So Skeletor is a skeleton face because he used to be a man. That's the answer to that.
And they have skeletons under their flesh.
And he hates Adam separately than He-Man, because he also doesn't know that Adam is He-Man. He hates Adam because he is his half-brother's son, or his nephew, and he hates the royal family. But then he also hates He-Man because he keeps ruining all his plots.
It's just the Lion King. Oh, but it came out before that. Okay, we're good. So it's
The
just
Lion King ripped off
The
He-Man.
Lion King ripped off He-Man. There's our fucking thumbnail.
That's the thumbnail. Yep.
Jesus.
So Keldor became an apprentice to that other guy I mentioned before, and
Hordak.
and blah blah blah.
Yep.
Castle Grayskull. Let's go back to
Thank
that because
you.
you were wondering about it.
Yeah,
Eric.
I didn't understand the significance or why He-Man is like by the power of Grayskull. Has he ever stepped foot in it? It seemed like it
He
was kind of
has.
beyond him.
No,
Okay.
he goes in there all the time. So does Skeletor. He gets in there
Okay.
all the damn time, and then He-Man's got to kick him back out. So I thought it was this big like impregnable castle that were he to enter, then the world would be thrown to chaos. But no, he just walks in all
Right.
the time. Which I also thought that Castle Grayskull was like a secret. Like I thought it was hidden away somewhere, but they're just
Yes.
there all the time. So like, it's like an impossible task. You have to defend this castle at all times. And
you have to continually change your like.
you
little
have to
run-off
continually
screen.
have a secret identity, and it's
Yeah.
crazy. There was an ancient king known as King Grayskull, and he was the original owner of the Power Sword, and he collected all these secrets and magical delights and menagerie of treasures, and he hoarded them inside of his castle. And then it was Zardock or whatever the fuck the other guy's name. Skeletor's
Hordak.
Hordak. There it is.
He was at war with him, and that is when he was able to banish Hordak to the other dimension, King Grayskull, but he perished in the attempt. And in his final in his final moments, he imbued his power into the Sword of Power and also into the Castle Grayskull. So actually, when He-Man says by the power of Grayskull, he is drawing forth the power of King Grayskull from long ago as he defends now his castle to Zordof's
Hordak.
his descendant is now trying to take it over. And that gives us some more sort of coherent what's going on in general sort of thing. And you might also be wondering, but CJ, I thought that He-Man had a twin sister that he was separated from at birth. You're right.
I don't remember this, but
well, the reason you don't remember it is because when it happened, you'll never believe this, the sorceress decided to
wipe the memory?
Wipe everyone's memories so they would forget and not be sad about it.
Only remember that you had a sister you loved. But no, wait.
What a useful narrative tool is just this trigger happy sorceress who's like, that might make you a little sad, so I'm gonna wipe that one.
Amnesia. It's really good for when you need to retcon
What is
stuff.
the sorceress's? This doesn't matter. What is the sorceress's relationship to like He-Man and the whole? Is she just
she used to be like the goddess character, so she's kind of this like wise overseer of Eternia. Right, because then it's Tila or whatever that has the.
And then she does seem to
He-Man.
She does seem to put herself, inject herself into every possible situation on Eternia.
Yeah, she's definitely more like the that. Greek god style god.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Speaking of Tila, though, you mentioned that was a question I wanted to ask. Is Tila into Adam or is she only into He-Man?
I love that question.
I think she finds
love that question.
Adam spineless and cowardly, and I think she's more into He-Man. I think it's the Spider-Man thing for a while.
Yeah. Oh man.
Do you think Zendaya's gonna play her in the movie and they're just not telling us yet? It's gonna be a
cool.
Surprise drop.
I would love that.
She shows up.
I would like that too. I think every role should be played by Zendaya. Is it Zendaya? I never know. Is it?
I don't know. It doesn't. Yeah, it's fine.
When we went and saw Project Hail Mary at the movie theater, there was an ad at the beginning of the movie, and I swear to God, it was an ad for Zendaya. Like it was just
that's all it was.
Yeah.
It was just like talking about how cool Zendaya was. They said her name, presumably how she would like it to be said, and I've already forgotten.
Well, and then she said it, I think. So we should have been paying attention.
because at the end, it was just like Rolex, and I was like, oh, okay, it was a Rolex commercial, I guess.
I honestly don't remember being a Rolex commercial.
It was a Rolex
really
commercial. They just at the end they're just like Rolex, be like Zendaya or Zendaya, whichever.
Whichever you want, just buy a Rolex.
Just buy a Rolex if you can afford it.
It's pronounced Rolex.
Yeah, exactly. It's named after their mentors. The
Arbok or whatever.
This is kind of where the lore is then. For the more original stuff, this is sort of He-Man classic. We do have the movie, the live action movie.
Right, yeah.
You should go watch it for yourself, and we don't have to go beat by beat because I can explain it very quickly. The He-Man crew get isekai'd into the real world. But wow.
Oh, hell yeah.
There's some sort of, I'm just remembering this from my memory, but there's some sort of tinkerer guy who created a box that if you play different musical notes on the box, it opens a portal to different places. And Skeletor wants this for reasons. I think because he wants to use it to teleport into Castle Grayskull.
Do evil, yeah, do some kind of evil.
But then they open a portal to Earth. And then He-Man takes the box through the portal to go to Earth with all of his buddies, and they all get like separated or whatever, and they have Earth hijinks. Could you imagine He-Man in Earth? And also Courtney Cox is in it, and she's like a high schooler that is being wooed by He-Man, which was a little weird.
That does sound weird.
But They mostly do Earth hijinks, and then Skeletor sends his minions through the portal to get them. And it's so funny when he reveals his little rogues gallery, and he's just like, "I will send my most powerful warriors after He-Man, Beast Man, Captain Hiss, or whatever, and Evil Lyn," and it's just really funny because it's all live action, and it's
Right.
they're all like just really in silly costumes and makeup and stuff, and yeah, and then Dolph Lundgren plays the eponymous He-Man, and he is he's just doing a Dolph Lundgren thing.
Back when we were a cultured people.
So the sorceress of Castle Grayskull in that movie is played by an actress named Christina Pickles. And I just think that's
I
worth
like
knowing.
that.
I think that because
Yeah,
Christina Pickles
this is just good
could
info to
be.
know.
I think that
It's
Christina
a
Pickles
villain.
could be a He-Man character. Yes, a He-Man character.
I
yeah.
agree. Yeah, she's just like, I'll
Evil
use my pickle
Pickles.
launcher. Or she could be a good person.
I
don't
will
know.
soak you in vinegar and, and
no!
keep you in a jar.
No.
That's how you
Damn
turn,
you,
turn
Christina
people
Her name
evil.
is Quick Pickle. Her name is
Quick
Quick Pickle
Pickle,
with a K. Put it
Wow.
wherever you
That
want.
is that's like a millennial, like Captain Planet villain.
Quickle pickle.
Remember, kids,
Pickle.
always boil your jars before pickling, so bacteria doesn't get in there. Away! Shouldn't we be worrying about
Captain
the
Planet?
No, it's doomed.
Captain Planet.
it's-
Quickle pickle.
There is a really funny scene where remember when we did the Power Rangers movie and I fucking hated that what's her name, the evil character, was like, "What is that smell? Delicious Dunkin' Donuts," or
It's
whatever
Stinkor.
it was. Or
No,
it
it's
was
Stinkor.
and I was like, I hate that. Well, in this one, Man at Arms and Lena are like, "What is this most delectable scent?" And they find like a fried chicken shack, and I'm like, this is really funny. If only because it's not branded, I guess. Maybe that's the only thing that.
Yeah, that's it. That's why. Yeah.
But Man at Arms is like, we have to lay low, and then they come back with all this like bucket of fried chicken, and they're like, "What is this?" And they're like, "Salt, protein. It has everything a warrior needs." And I'm like, this is good. This is funny. But He-Man's running around in the real world, and all the villains are attacking him, and they got to get this box back to Eternia. And that's that movie. So it doesn't really matter. It just has your favorite characters in it. Again, that's the thing with this. Once you know the characters and have them, they just enter stage, do stuff with each other using their really weird over-the-top powers, and leave. And that's awesome. What's, I think, a little less awesome, although probably people like this, the 2-part Netflix series, Revelation and Revolution, it takes a very dark, heavy tone for the He-Man series.
Hell
Is it
yeah.
directed by the Wachowski sisters?
It was directed by Adam Conero and Patrick Stannard. Ooh, 2 directors? Uh-oh. Something's not going right. That's never a good sign.
Someone got called on the red phone for that one.
The first episode was written by Kevin Smith from Clerks fame.
Or
But
from that one tweet fame. We all know the one. We all know the tweet we're talking
we
about.
we all know what I'm talking about. In the Netflix series, Tila is going to become the new Man at Arms. Man at Arms is going to retire. Tila is next up, I guess, because it's their daughter.
Sure.
It's nepotism. There's definitely more experienced guys. There's a whole generation's worth of more experienced guys, but whatever. And
CJ doesn't want it to
Skeletor-
happen because it's a woman. CJ doesn't want a
Yeah,
woman having the
yeah.
man because then it'll be the
First off,
woman
the
in
most
arms.
powerful
It's-
person in this whole
and
planet is a
CJ's
woman.
pissed.
First off, and that's her
Yeah, I
mom,
know,
by the
and
way.
and you-
And
and
guess
it's been
what? She
bubbling
gets
under
that
your skin
job
the whole
too.
episode. No, you've been mad about it the entire
Spoiler.
episode.
Anyway, Skeletor and Evil Lyn are like, we're gonna do it for real this time. And now, because it's a Netflix series and not a kids movie, and it's for adults, we're gonna kill He-Man for real.
Yeah.
No.
Yes. No. Yes. Drama.
I don't know why they did this. It's pointed out in the synopsis. But Skeletor fucking kills Moss Man. just to show. I think just to show us, the audience,
This ain't
we're
your
not
daddy's
we're not
He-Man.
fucking around anymore. Moss Man, are you kidding
Yeah.
me? No way. Boom, dead. Gone is the silliness of He-Man.
You could have they could have picked a more important. That's just killing off a.
I know.
That's a nobody.
Right.
That's a
they're
nobody
just,
kill.
They're just showing they're just doing a dick measuring contest of like,
Yeah.
we'll take any character. It doesn't matter. Moss Man in the fire.
If you
literally-
want to impress me, you kill Beast Man that first episode. If you want to
Right?
fucking impress me, you kill
Well,
Beast
don't-
Man. You have him ripped
don't-
apart by bats
The bats turn on him.
that he can't control.
No, I control you. No.
I could control any animal, but not these. You couldn't control any animal. I don't, Beastman. I gotta be honest. I think you just look like that. I don't think you have any powers, actually, man. Turns out the whole time.
Just a dude, just a hairy dude.
No, Skeletor fucking incinerates Mossman. And Skeletor and He-Man have this battle over a powerful orb. So again, we get a little more retcon, but it turns out that Castle Grayskull contains within it a magical orb that is the conduit for all magic everywhere in the world.
Okay.
So obviously Skeletor, that's why he's been trying to get into Grayskull this whole time. Magical orb of powerful power.
Yeah.
And during the battle, the orb is destroyed and it's going to explode, but He-Man nobly sacrifices
Eats
himself to stop the explosion somehow by using his sword of power or something. And that destroys the sword of power and kills He-Man.
No, He-Man.
And also, I know it's a He-Man show and he dies in the first episode. How fun and cool is that?
Yeah.
Eric?
No, it doesn't.
He is dead now.
Oh. Okay.
He not only is he dead, but we learn that he has died and gone to his people's version of the afterlife, which is a split afterlife that is a hell realm for those who are unheroic and a heroic realm for those who die honorably in combat.
All right, yeah, he's gone to Valhalla. Okay.
Yeah, it's called it's stupid. It's like Preternia or something like. Yeah. He goes
Shouldn't it be post-Turnia?
You would think.
Yeah, right.
There's the realm of Subturnia and the realm of
Okay.
Preternia.
They're not trying very hard on these.
No, so
Two directors.
I guess I sort of left that thread sort of hanging. I'm scattered all over the place. The place that Klondike or whatever the evil dude that is Skeletor's mentor goes to is.
I need Ethan. Hit me with it, Ethan. You know it. What's his name? You've been
was it
correcting us all
Hordak?
day.
Hordak.
There it
maybe,
is. Yeah,
He-
that's it.
When he's banished to this other realm, it's called Etheria. He also is trying to fuck with the royal family, and so he was trying to kidnap the royal twins, and that is when the twins got separated at birth,
Sure.
and he took with him this other princess. She's a girl. They're fraternal
Yep.
twins. And he raised her, I guess, as his own to be the leader of his horde army.
Yep.
And once she grows up, they get a distress signal. The sorceress feels the energy vibrations through the cosmos and knows that she needs to open a portal that goes to Etheria. And that is when they go there and they find this girl who is named, what the fuck is She-Ra's name?
Oh, She-Ra.
It's
That's
not
a
her- she's
He-Man
not-
thing?
She's
Yeah.
man. Adora. Thank you, honey.
No. We gotta restart.
Yeah.
A woman helped. We gotta restart.
woman-
Sorry.
A woman.
Just
I
cut
gotta
that
tell
part.
you-
Cut it.
I gotta tell you, my research for this was mostly watching old episodes of He-Man, and Lizzie did a lot of the work to figure a lot of this stuff out.
No,
So-
all right. See, CJ, let me tell you. You edit out this whole chunk,
Mhm.
and then you say, "I figured out that the name is
I figured out that her name is Adora.
Wow, a man taking credit for a woman's work.
What is this? All of history?
Okay, this will be. Tell her this will be cut. Tell her it's not. We're not keeping it.
Adora doesn't know her origin either, but He-Man has been sent to Etheria to take this new magic sword that has been like vibrating or something. And the sorceress is like, you need to give this sword to the person who it's supposed to go to.
She-Ra needs the vibrating sword. Don't ask about it.
Don't ask about it.
Don't ask.
And everyone at first was like, I don't get it. This person's a villain. Why does she get the second power sword that and then it turns out that she's not a villain. She was just brought up to be evil. And so she overcomes her entire upbringing in like a day, and she says, I will now work for the rebellion.
Mm-hmm.
And they made a whole spin-off series called She-Ra, the Princess of Power. And she also gets her power from a twin blade of the Sword of Power that He-Man has. And so She-Ra also calls upon the power of Grayskull, which is in another dimension, but the sorceress did say to She-Ra that she can call upon the power of Grayskull whenever she needs it. And so She-Ra has elected to stay behind and fight the evil sorcerer's horde to try and take back their planet of Etheria. And she crosses over with He-Man a bunch, but they are brother and sister. And that is where She-Ra comes from. And then they made a whole new Netflix animated series that is also kind of about She-Ra. Well, it is about She-Ra. It's just about She-Ra. Yeah. I don't know if they tie it back into the He-Man stuff or if it's just standalone now. So She-Ra is related to them, but they don't usually hang out too much. There was a movie that set up the She-Ra stuff, and then they made it as like a spin-off series. It's like, what if He-Man was a She-Ra?
It's so wild to me when we look at like these toy designs of like man faces, he spin his face around and get multiple, and that this was apparently so successful that they were like, we need to spin off a lady version because we're selling so many of these toys. They're so popular.
Well, and then like it really is, a lot of the She-Ra stuff is very copy paste from He-Man. Like there's an evil wizard sorcerer who is also related kinda to Skeletor. There's the evil horde instead of them being the monarchs defending against an evil horde. The evil horde is in charge and the rebellion is fighting against them. So there is that.
Mm-hmm.
So this takes place on a totally separate planet.
This is in Etheria, yeah. And not Eternia.
Which is the
although
same.
You can go between them if you have a portal or whatever.
It's a portal thing again. Okay.
It's a portal thing again to get between the two.
Okay.
She has her.
Does He-Man ever venture to Etheria? Did you cover that?
Yeah, he went there in the movie.
Again?
Yeah, that's how the movie.
Okay.
That's how the movie goes. That's how he gets the sword to She-Ra.
Yes,
and then She-Ra hangs out with Seahawk, who's like a pirate, I guess.
Cool.
It's cool. Again, just like more characters. There's Bo.
Yeah, earlier I was really scared about the whole like character. His name is Bo?
His name's Bo, and he uses a heart-shaped bow. He's like a Cupid-themed bowman.
Sure.
I like that.
You guys don't seem as interested in the She-Ra characters as you
I do like the idea of like Adam teleports to this other world and he's like, oh, a little gay over here. I'm gonna drop off my sword.
Right.
I'm gonna drop off my sword and leave here.
Yeah, it's gay over here, Adam. Sure.
Right. It's just like
there's Catra.
I Adam am far too masculine for this land.
Yeah, there's Catra. She's the villainess. She's the one that there's a lot of yearning with in the new series.
Yep.
You know, enemies to lovers kind of thing. Okay, this dumbass, really dark reboot movie. It's not even a movie. It's like 10 episodes of a thing. He-Man dies. He's dead. And Skeletor also kind of dies, although, spoiler, he's not really dead. He gets revived by Evil Lyn at some point.
Nice.
They destroy the magical orb that makes magic possible. And so all the magic users in Eternia are starting to lose their magic.
But
this
little
is
Grappo still has magic because he doesn't gain his
No.
magic from the orb.
No, in fact, Orko is dying, and he
Oh, no.
learns that all of his species has already died because of the lack of magic or something. And so he's the last of
Okay.
his kind. I don't know why they gave him a serious subplot. It's like it's absurd.
This is weird.
Triclops has formed a techno cult because he believes that magic is the reason that Skeletor always failed, and he should have been relying more on science. And so he is worshiping this entity called the Master Motherboard. And so Triclops is doing stuff. Stinkor is running around with the glove of Glabola.
He's my favorite. Stinkor is my favorite.
Stinkor is pretty good. Cringer can talk, by the way. I don't know. Did we say that? The cat?
Probably.
No,
at
you didn't
some
mention
point.
that.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Cringer is he's like a cowardly cat. So he's like, "Do we have to go fight?" I want to talk with you boys about this. This is our little fan theory section that we get to have.
Okay.
When He-Man transforms from Adam, he clearly is like aware of his double life. But he does act totally different. Cringer is a cowardly cat. When He-Man transforms, he points his blade of power at Cringer and transforms him into Battle Cat. And Battle Cat loves fighting and killing, I guess. And Cringer specifically is like, I don't want to transform. Do you think Cringer becomes like a prisoner in his own body, observing all of these horrible acts that Battle Cat is doing? Or is it just a different guy altogether? And Cringer doesn't want that to happen because then he ceases to exist in what the French call le petit mort.
I think that it's a werewolf situation. I think it's a werewolf situation where the werewolf the guy knows, I'm going to transform into a werewolf. Lock me up. Put me in jail. I don't want it. I don't want it to happen.
He doesn't want to do the violence.
Yeah. And then sees the full moon and violence occurs. And then
he's
when
like,
he
I
awakes,
have the power.
Does not
and
really,
he's like, no.
When he awakes, does not really know what he did as the werewolf, but knows it was bad.
But knows that he's used his body for evil.
Yeah, I think that power corrupts, and I think that when Cringer gets the power to murder, that he starts to enjoy it, and he's all about it.
And then when he loses his power, he's like, I'm afraid again. Enemies abound.
I think that he's happy to kill when he has the power to do so, and then he's a coward when he loses that power.
I don't like that. That makes me feel things about myself.
I think that power.
Nobody shoot Eric with the power of Grayskull. We don't want to see what happens.
We don't want to see what happens. Honestly, I would not buff any of you guys with the power of Grayskull. I would be too afraid to see what that would look like.
Calling it Grayskull, making it a big fucking skull. I don't know.
Scary skull. It seems villainous. Yes, I know.
It's so villainous. I don't understand it. It's like, and then
I don't.
You know what? Honestly, animals have a sixth sense about this kind of shit. Okay.
Right. And all of the villains are like animal characters.
My boy Cringe is like, this is wrong. Like something is up about this castle fucking skull shit.
I don't know if you know what, guys? This might be the first time anyone's ever said this. I don't know if the royal family has the best interest of the land at heart. I'm suspicious. I mean, talking through it with you boys, keen as you are to these sorts of things, I think we might be discovering sort of a dark secret that
He-Man, you must use the power of Grayskull to maintain the status quo.
And just because Skeletor has a skeleton's face, he's supposed to be evil? That doesn't make any sense. He's just trying to overthrow this corrupt government. I don't know.
Right.
Make you think.
It makes you think. Power corrupts, and Power Cat corrupts cat-solutely. That's a fun little.
Nope.
Yeah, all right.
All right.
Nope.
So He-Man's dead. All the magic in the world is dying. and that's a really fun premise, I think, for a He-Man fucking miniseries.
I can't wait till Extendo comes in.
I can't believe we're still here. I feel like you've said He-Man's dead and the magic is dying for the last 25 minutes.
And like we do keep doing a lot of asides because we want to so desperately go back to the old He-Man. See, now that you know about it, and now that you have learned its characters and its land, you crave it. You wish to go back.
I need
this
the
is
bits.
what that one guy
I
was.
need the gags.
This is what the one guy was saying about how it pulls you from fatherhood, manhood. Into boyhood.
I'm just imagining now, like Mechanix, like I'll save you, and extends his neck, and then it just gets swapped off.
Somebody gets sliced in half.
We're serious now.
It's basically shit like that, and like, Man-at-Arms gets ousted because once He-Man dies, then they know that He-Man was Adam, and then the royal family gets really mad at Man-at-Arms because he knew his secret. And they're like, you didn't tell us that our son was He-Man? You are banished. And then Teela, who didn't know the secret, is like, well, now you can be Man-at-Arms. And she's like, no, I can't be Man-at-Arms. Not with my father banished. I must go into self-banishment and try and set the world right. And I'm like, this sucks. You guys suck.
Get over yourself.
Anyway, they all eventually reconcile. Orko sacrifices himself using the last of his magic, so he's dead too now.
This is animated, right?
This is animated, yeah. It's animated very seriously as well. Again, it's very Castlevania, the like new Castlevania Netflix animation. Evelyn is able to like funnel all of the remaining.
I don't. Who is that? I don't know who that is.
Evelyn.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, yeah.
Evelyn.
Well, there's this whole thing where they're trying to restore the Sword of Power, because they want to use it to restore the magic or some shit like that, and the Sword of Power needs to be reforged in the lands that it was originally forged in, and each half was forged in Preternia and whatever the other one I said was Post-Ternia is, and that's when they
Subternia.
Yes, Subternia. You're so right. And then that's when they like raise these lands from below, and that's when, oh look, it's Adam because he died in Glorious Combat. He's just in Preternia, so he's there again, and it says he retrieves the second half of the Sword of Power from Hero, who is another character. I think he was a He-Man.
Can the audience hear my head shaking and my eyes rolling? Is that?
The other thing is another thing they sort of toyed around with is that He-Man is sort of this long. He-Man's like a mantle. He's like All Might, where he's just the current possessor of the Sword of Power. And so like King Grayskull, he was a He-Man. And I think Hero is also
Hero.
Yeah.
Hysterectomy.
They wouldn't do any of that because that would imply there's women.
Why did you go? Is it just because there's no ladies here that you went straight from hero to hysterectomy? Come on.
It's hysterectomy.
There's nothing in between those two things. You
couldn't
think
Ethan,
of
you could have
else?
done. You could have done. It's me, hemoglobin. I use blood powers.
There you go, hemoglobin. I love that.
And this is the serious one.
It's me. He. I am a sort of a jester man. I make you laugh, belly laugh. That would be mine.
I'm very buff though,
and very buff as well.
Don't tickle my muscles.
I hate this.
Yeah, well, let's wrap it up because basically, this is where the whole like cosmic alignment thing, where all of the planets are going to align and like make someone super powerful. Yeah. And Evelyn is like infused with dark power that turns her into Darklyn, which is the most like dumbass Digimon bullshit I ever did heard. She uses I have to read you this line. I read it to Lizzie when I was like researching this stuff, and it is like the dumbest thing I have ever heard in my whole life. It was Darklyn, who again is Darklyn, who is the powered up super magical evil Lyn that Skeletor was trying to achieve but failed because Darklyn took the power. Darklyn begins examining the universe, witnessing the death of the god Zoar at the beginning of time, further propelling her nihilism.
Okay. If Skeletor had succeeded, would it be Skeledark or Darkator?
Darkator, no doubt, which is Markiplier's evil half. Just kidding. No, we all know that evil Markiplier is called Darkiplier.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah,
All
that's
right,
way
we're
too
back.
easy. Yeah.
That's canonical, by the way, in the Markiplier lore. Not to flex my Markiplier knowledge on you guys, but that is canonical.
Don't. I'm so
anyway,
over this.
Darklyn is like, there's no point to the universe, so I'm just gonna end all life. And so Adam and Skeletor briefly join forces to stop her from doing that. Zoar, by the way,
interesting.
The god Zoar is a reference to the original. Only I would know this now, but it's a reference to the original.
The old knowledge.
Zoar was the messenger bird that the goddess used to talk to He-Man before they're like, let's just have her be telepathic with him. But for a while there was a bird named Zoar, and now I guess he's the god that died at the beginning of time. Yeah, anyway.
Does Skeletor know that Adam is He-Man?
He does now because he killed him. And he depowered
right. But
down.
in the
he didn't know before
early...
though. No, that's part of his secret identity.
Yeah.
Only, as they say in the
only Man of Arms knew.
As they say in the intro to every of the old He-Man shows, only Man of Arms, the Sorceress, and Orko know his secret. I don't know why Orko knows his secret. So
when the family finds out,
I do know why Orko knows.
They're pissed.
Sorry,
why?
I just remember Lizzie told me the backstory of Orko, and the reason that they
a
allowed
whole series about Orko.
The reason they allowed him to be as their court jester, even though he's like cringe and stupid, is that he saved Adam as a baby.
Sure.
At some point.
Yep.
I don't know if this was pre or post being split from his twin sister, but they're like, Orko, you're all right. You can be our court jester. And I guess
we're going to give you the lowliest job next to slop cleaner.
We were going to banish you for not being buff, but as you saved this little boy.
I straight up almost did a spit take on that. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm just reading the finale of the last episode of this series. I don't know. This kind of sucks. Here, let me wrap up the episode by just reading this reading the Wikipedia synopsis of the last episode of the He-Man Revolution 2024. Gwildor and Orko return with the Power Sword just in time, allowing Adam to turn back into He-Man and provide Teela with the power she needs to complete the fusion. Once this is done, they freely admit their feelings for each other and kiss before they separate again to achieve their objectives. Duncan, Andra, and Marlena, Duncan is Man of Arms, by the way, engage the Horde fleet while Teela restores Preternia. He-Man first cures Castle Grayskull and Eternos' people from their nanite infections before battling Skeletor. Skeletor revives more of the ancient Techno-Titans, but Randor, the heroes of Eternia, both living and bygone, and Granomir arrive to fight them, though Granomir is mortally wounded. In their final clash, He-Man pierces Skeletor with his sword, purging him of the corruptions and turning him back into Keldor. And the spirits of Randor, the sorceress, Granomir, and the champions of the past find peace in the renewed Preternia. Following the victory, He-Man abolishes Eternia's monarchy in favor of a democracy. And Andra... and Andra intending to become its first elected leader. He-Man and Teela make their relationship official. Evil Lyn, now just Lyn, is welcomed into the ranks of Zodak's cosmic enforcers. Meanwhile, Horde Prime's servant Despara has recovered Hordak's body and is working on his resurrection. little She-Ra, little potential She-Ra opening in the end there.
This is the Revolution series from Netflix,
That's
right?
the end of the Revolution series from Netflix. Yes,
That's the end of that whole thing. Okay,
the whole thing. Yep.
I guess to bring this all full circle to what we were talking about the beginning.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I agree with the man now that we have all been infantilized and that we can no longer properly parse the goings on of our world and need to view everything through the lens of just stupid childish bullshit, and I hate this.
We must ask ourselves if it is better. Is it better to create lore ex nihilo for a bunch of figurines so that we can sell figurines and just make up dumb bullshit? Or must we create the most stupidest dumbass bullshit based on pre-existing lore that needs to constantly crank it up to 11? Is that not the very thesis of our whole thing we do here, though? Is that
I lost you. I lost you between where you started and where you ended.
Is that not the knowledge we seek here on the Lore You Know?
These are your only two options.
I don't know. Is it?
This is our curse to bear, and now, listener, it is yours because you've made it to the end of another episode of the Lore You Know. Thank you for listening to our very well-researched, well-thought-out podcast that we have created for you. If you enjoy listening to a bunch of rapidly aging men talk about child's toys from ye old-timey days, drop us a like, a little subscribe, or give us a good review on whatever platform you're on. It makes us feel really good. And we get a little notification, and then we go, oh, that was nice. Our day's a little better. We want to thank Galestorm Kitsune for doing the artwork for our channel, and for Paggio for doing the intro and outro song. It's iconic, much like the He-Man little voice line where he says, "By the power of Grayskull, I have the power!" And then he forcibly transforms his beloved cat into a killing monster. Guys, what have you learned from He-Man? What would your shtick be? This is how we end the episode now, is just deciding. I do think I would be He-Man. And I would just I would use little jokes to distract my enemies, and then while they're tickled, I would fucking stab them with my big sword.
I got one. I would be Mohawk, and I would be able. So my action figure would come with detachable Mohawk, in different kinds, but only like three
sword,
kinds.
gun.
Yeah, right, exactly. And I would, and that would be my weapon. And
that's really good.
Yeah. There you go. I'm Mohawk.
And actually,
it's Hawk with a C.
I was gonna say, originally it was Mohawk with a C, but then you named yourself after your mentor.
Beautiful. Obviously, Heathen is the joke I should have done at the beginning. And when I call on the
you saved one joke.
You did it, Ethan.
When I call on the power, I glow slightly, and no one can tell it's me anymore.
Wow. You have the ability to choose your own pronouns. That's a power that we all have. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. At the end of each episode of He-Man, they do the lessons that we learned today.
Yes, yeah.
In the one where Tila learns that she's adopted, she's like, "Remember, kids, sometimes your parents might not be your blood parents, but they love you just the same." And I was like, okay, I guess it's like a PSA for being grateful of your adopted parents.
What if every child saw that and was like, "Are my parents not my actual parents?" And it created this this anxiety in a whole generation of kids who because their dad has a different color hair, they're freaking
fine.
out.
One was like, "You should exercise every day, like me, He-Man." I was like, "Cool, thanks, He-Man." He was like, "Talk to your doctor before you do any extraneous exercise."
Okay, He-Man.
So we can.
Mom, I need to talk to my doctor. Mom!
Thank you, He-Man.
And he breaks the fourth wall too. He's like, I wish I could tell everyone that they should exercise every day. And then Lena's like, I think you just did, He-Man. And he's like, remember to talk to your doctor. So we could end the episode like that. We can be like, so what have we learned today, boys?
Does he do like a final catch line as he leaves? Like what was it, Captain Planet?
He's like,
the power is yours.
Yeah. Not really, but we could do that. We could be like, and remember, kids, lore doesn't have to make sense because it's all made up, and who gives a shit? Anyway, Excelsior or whatever.
But CJ, you have a whole podcast about lore. Aren't you concerned if you say it doesn't matter?
Eric, you're so right. We already do have a little sign off because I go, and I've been CJ.
I've been Eric with a K.
And I've been Ethan with a K.
And remember, kids, sometimes your parents may have adopted you, and that's okay.
The power is yours.
The power is yours. Just emancipate.
It's not the right show. That's not the right show.
Excelsior!